Hi, you guys. I thought I would just turn the camera on and kind of let you guys join me while I just do some, I guess, sort of like doodling. I've been sick for the last week or so and not extremely motivated, but I'm just kind of hooked on these little mini journals and making these little tiny journals that I've been giving away with purchases on Etsy. And I think I had made like 9 of these little guys out of the popcorn bags, and they're gone. So, and I said I would, give one with each purchase until they were gone. And I thought, well, heck, I could just make more, right? And so I think I'm just going to continue doing that until I don't want to do it anymore. Anyway, so I thought I would make up some more of those. Well, first off, those, I think it was my last video, or the one where I did the haul from Joann's. I had gotten these craft paper envelopes from like one of the bins there, and I got a few packages of those, so I think I wound up with like 40 of them. But I really like them because they're a real heavy craft paper. And so I had grabbed some more popcorn bags from work, so I did a little bit of coffee dyeing the other night, and so I coffee dyed a bunch of these envelopes, and you can't necessarily see that the color changed that much, but maybe just a little bit around the seam or the edges and stuff. But anyway, so I did some of those and some of the popcorn bags, and then also some of these just small white bags. So I made up a whole bunch of little mini journals out of all of those. I still have a whole bunch that I didn't use yet, but that are all dyed and ready to go. But anyway, so I've been working on these, and basically, they're just filled with, oh, and I had also coffee dyed a whole bunch of notepad paper, just random little notepads. Some of them I cut in half and use some book pages and stuff like that. So these are all filled with basically everything coffee dyed, and then some flyleaf paper and book pages. So from some of those old books that I've picked up recently. So I've been watching a lot of craft room haul or craft room like tour videos lately, and maybe looking for inspiration or something. I'm always looking for inspiration. So but I thought, I always think maybe I should do something like that, but watching all these other people's videos, I just go, oh my gosh, like some of these people just have insane amounts of stuff, and I feel like I have a lot of stuff, but after watching some of those, I just go, wow. But anyway, I guess I've been kind of thinking about style and what, our style is and how you develop a style. And I think that people comment often on like my style, and I think that that's kind of interesting because I never really thought that I had a style as far as junk journals. But after kind of thinking about that intently, I realized that I guess I sort of do, and I don't really know how to define it or anything, but I think part of it comes from that the materials that I use in my journals are for the most part, things that I've found that, you know, I don't buy like the kits and things like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that or anything. It's just that I just don't want to spend money on that stuff. And plus, I kind of want the things that I use in my journals to be original, I guess, or not. I don't want my journals to look like someone else's. So I guess that's kind of how that happened. But I don't know if that sounds weird or whatever, but I just feel like the whole idea behind a junk journal is using what you have and what as your expression, or even just to use it so that it's not thrown away, or to give it a new life, a new reason for being. Anyway, so that to me is kind of what I feel like a junk journal is. And this is just kind of going off on a, you know, whole other kind of path, but I just wanted to show you guys that, like, when I first started kind of getting into junk journaling, I had been really into doing like art journaling, and just, you know, really trying to use like my junk mail, and just being really free and playful with paint and randomness and that kind of thing. And so I basically just started collecting everything I could get my hands on that was paper, that didn't necessarily cost me any money, or that, you know, I had to go out and buy. And I've always collected paper. I mean, I always have. So I've always had a lot of paper. So this was just kind of where it came from, I guess, the junk journaling thing. So anyway, I just thought I would show you guys a couple of journals that I made, you know, a long time ago. And this one is just basically a blank art journal, so it could be, you know, used at any time for any reason. But this is made out of a bunch of calendars from work, and napkins, and you know, papers from different sources. But anyway, this is just kind of one book that I made that, you know, before I started making like junk journals to kind of share. So anyway, and then here's another one that I made. I don't know if I would call this a junk journal necessarily, but this is made out of just a bunch of papers that I either painted in different ways, printed, jelly printing. This is like some marbled paper that I did using oil paint, and then kind of some different graph papers that that you can find online that I printed out on different color paper. And so I basically made a whole bunch of little pamphlets, little pamphlets, and just sewed them all into this journal. And yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It's just here, you know. So, but I kind of like it. And anyway, so that's I just wanted to show you that these are some other things that I have done. And I just then, you know, suddenly I found myself making these junk journals, and other people liked them, and so, and I really like making them, and that's my biggest thing, is like, I just want to do things that I like to do. I want to make things I like making and enjoy it. So I guess I just went off on that tangent there for no good reason, but I guess I'm sort of justifying that the way that I do things is kind of random. And, you know, I was doing and I am still doing that, like a series, I guess, on doing these journals out of the file folders. And so I've got a bunch of them that I've started, and I can't remember how many I had in total, but so I have all of these journals that I started, and these 6 are kind of all at the same point, and I think they're all up to the point of the last video that I made on these. And so basically, all I've done is gone back in in this one. I think I stitched them all on the machine. I just added some like trims along the pages, you know, on some of the pages. And this one I think I just went all with like muslin or some kind of like plain coffee dyed fabric on the edges of a lot of these pages. So that's basically what I did there on this one. And so these are kind of at the point where I could start adding like tags and a little bit more detailed embellishments, things like that. So, and I kind of split these into 2 different sort of styles, I guess. So like these 3, and I think what I'll do is I'll try to finish up these 3 or these 6 in that series, rather than trying to do, I think there's like 12 altogether. So I'll just kind of video the progression with these 6. So anyway, so this one and this one and this one, I think I'm gonna try to keep to like I guess this one is kind of bohemian, sort of gypsy sort of feeling already. It's just multicolor, really colorful, and kind of wild. So those 2, so these 2 I would say are more like vintage journal type of thing, like with where I'm going to try to use like more like vintage ephemera and stuff like that in those 2. And then the rest of them, I think I'm going to just use, this is the orange one that I love. I'm liking it. It's got, I'm trying to go orange on this, but so this one and this one and this one, I think, and this one. These ones I think are more towards that bohemian sort of style, which I'm not extremely comfortable with. So kind of stepping out of the box for me a little bit on these. But I really am trying. So, you know, I guess the thing is I don't have a lot of stuff to use in this kind of style. So, but I do have some. So I'm going to have to dig a little bit further into my stashes and see what else I can include in these. But you know what? Hey, they just are what they are and whatever. So anyway, like I said, kind of random, but so these 2 are definitely going to be more like vintagey, kind of maybe geared towards like sewing or something like that. So I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about that for a second and let you know kind of where I was at. Anyway, I also coffee dyed some of that duck cloth that I picked up at Joann's the other day, and here's how some of the rest of it turned out. And I dry it in the oven, so this one got a little crispy. Matter of fact, this one caught on fire in the oven, so I thought that was pretty sweet, actually. So I'm probably going to try to use this on the cover of a journal at some point. So I like that one. Anyway, and also I had bought some just pieces of it was listed as Battenberg lace on the oh my gosh, what's that place called? eBay. On the eBay listing, I don't know as if I would call it Battenberg, but it's kind of that style. So anyway, all these pieces and these I coffee dyed. So And I'm going to try to use a little bit of that on these little mini journals. So that's where I'm at. And so what I was thinking is I would just, on the front of each of them, I would attach some kind of an image, like using some brads and stuff like that. So I just kind of keep a rubber band around each one as I'm working on them until I get like a closure put on there. I haven't decided what kind of closure I'm going to use on these, but whatever I wind up doing will be the same for all of them. So most likely. Anyway, so I just have just been kind of going through and attaching an image on the front of each of these. And some of them I've left open on one side so that it can be used as a pocket. I picked up, I went to Joann's with my mom today because I needed glue sticks and wanted to use a coupon. And all the Tim Holtz stuff was 40% off. So I picked up those, you know, what are these called? The film strip images. And so I got those, and these are the lost relatives images, you know. So I have those, and then all of these are from one of the Tim Holtz paper collections. This was a 12 by 12, and I cut them all up. So I thought I would use some of those, and also some postcard images, and just kind of cut them down a little bit and use some of those. And some of the other just kind of random things that I've got sitting around, and just attach an image on the front of each of these little journals. So that's where I am. And this one was a postcard. So I'm just going to put some brads in the corners. And yeah. And then I'll go back and probably attach like some paper flowers and maybe a maybe one of the one of my little cluster things, you know, on each one of these. I didn't realize that was one of those green brads. So I guess we're going with the green ones. And that's kind of what happens to me a lot. I just start grabbing stuff and just stick it on. I don't honestly put too much thought into where everything goes, you know. When I put these together, I really try to be very free with it, and you know, not overthink it, because when I start thinking about it too much, I never get anything done. So I just try to be as carefree as I can. So I think this one I'm gonna leave open at the top, and I'm just gluing you know, with the hot glue. And I'll turn it over to push it down, because those things get hot. Those little brads get really hot. So anyway, so and then I'll go back in once I get some kind of image on the front of each of these, and then I'll go back and maybe attach, like I said, some kind of little cluster or some paper flowers or something like that on it. So all these like popcorn bag ones, I'm kind of thinking I'd like to do something a little bit like playful, or you know, overly colorful, or childish or something on them. But I thought it would be cool to have like a little brad on the corners of all of these. Yeah, I've been sick. Just, oh my gosh. Last night I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and I could hardly breathe. It was just terrible. Like bronchitis and stuff. Alright. So I put a piece of glass on my desk. Because I like working on it. I like having that hard surface. And my mats are getting a little bit yucky. I need to get some new mats, I think. But I noticed there was a really intense glare from the glass from the lights, the overhead lights that I have on my desk. So that's why I have this fabric on here, to save your eyes. So I'm going to offset that a little bit so you can still see the little clown. And yeah, I think I'm just going to do 2 sides on that so that I can use this as like sort of like a tuck spot on the front. See? And I burned myself. Those things are hot. Maybe not. Yeah, see, I don't think that that's sturdy enough. So we'll do that. So that'll be open at the top. I'll just tuck something in there. What do I keep doing with my rubber band? Why do I have to keep getting a new rubber band? Use a lot of rubber bands. All the time. So, also, I was saying, oh, see, I already put one on here with a little cluster. See? See it? That needs a rubber band. So this guy, see, I have a bunch. This guy, I think I'm just going to do maybe the flamingos. Nah. Let's see. Well, these women. Yeah. Why not? So I'm just going to cut it down a little bit. And around the corners. And then just kind of ink them just a little bit around the edges. My son made this for me. I love it. He made this on his lathe. So it's my little... I have a couple of them. I'm trying to talk him into making me some more. Like, maybe shorter, like just little handle ones. Like little round balls or something. Have for different colors. But honestly, like I use the vintage photo for the most part. And I have all this chalk ink and stuff that I got recently, so I want to try to use that too. And I think it works really well, edging like photos and stuff. The chalk ink, I think it looks really good. It's a little darker and more opaque, but using a black brad on each of these corners. And this is probably super boring, but mostly just me rambling on about nothing. But I haven't made a video for a while, so, or at least a week. So I felt like I should do that. I love the backs of these. These are those Tim Holtz images. I love the back of them. I almost want to just use the back of it. So I'm just doing 3 sides on here. Hot. Hot. So yeah, I think they're pretty cute. One of those paper bags. So I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to just use a piece of this coffee dyed fabric on here. Maybe a butterfly or something. Some flowers. Oh, how about that? Yeah, I like that. I still want to do a live stream sometime. If you guys would like to do that, I think, or if anybody who has, subscribed or anything would, or anybody who hasn't, I guess, I don't know, it doesn't matter, on what I'm talking about. I'm sick. If you guys would like to do like a live stream and maybe get together and craft together and stuff, I think that would be super fun. And maybe let me know like what day you think would be good to do that on, and we can do it. I know Dottie expressed interest in doing that, and if anybody else would be down to do that, I'm with you. So I'm just gonna actually glue this fabric on here, just like that. There, it's on there. But yeah, if anybody would be interested maybe in doing a live stream with me and kind of hanging out for, a couple hours or something, let me know what day would be good. I'm off on, I'm actually off work until the 18th. I took some vacation time. Try to get my life together. But after that, I will have a new work schedule. Instead of working every other day, 9 to 8 p.m., I'll be working, Tuesday through Saturday, noon to 9. So I'll have Sunday and Monday off. So maybe Sunday or Monday. If either of those days works for anybody who would like to hang out and craft together, that would be fun. I would love that. I really would. I think that would be super fun. Even if it was just a few of us, So yeah, leave me a message and let me know if either Sunday or Monday works for you guys to get together. Even if it's just you and me, Dottie. It'll be fun. And I'm glad that you're enjoying your journal. I was really happy that you got one. So hope you liked your little goodies. Let's do another popcorn bag. I can't remember which way I had these all going. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to use the flamingos on here. Yeah, I'm going to cut them down a lot. Yeah. Round them off. Round it off, I should say. Yeah, I think that's cute. So then, after I get done doing all of these, with some kind of image and stuff on the front, then I'll go back and put maybe some little tabs on some of the pages. And, ooh, you know what I'm going to do on this instead of these? I'm going to use the little stars. I'm going to use the silver stars. And this is pretty much what my desk looks like all the time. Just a complete disaster. But I like it that way. So I'm trying to keep my fire going with wet firewood, which is really fun. Not I keep having to kind of rearrange it. Anyway, yeah, those are cutie. Okay. And this one, I'm going to leave the top open. Trying to leave the idea of the clown, at least, on the front of the bag. Yep. Let's see. Let's go. Okay, now I don't know what to do. Alright, I'm going to use another piece of this fabric on here. And then I think I'll use that little piece of a postcard. Yeah, this little guy. I'm trying to get my son to show me an easy way to like splice videos together, and I know I can do it on YouTube. I just haven't had the, I guess, the patience or something to try to figure it out. But I use my webcam to record these, and I'm not sure if the format of the video will let me do that with the YouTube like video editor thing. I haven't played around with it, but I'm just seriously trying to get my son to help me. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that offset just a little bit. I think I will leave it open at the top. I'm just doing two sides on that one. I covered up most of the interesting part of that fabric, but I don't care. No, this is just going to go all the way down. I'm just going to attach it all the way down. This is not going to be a pocket. So that fabric's behind it, and it won't allow anything to go in there. So that's okay. And then I'll put some flowers or something like that on there. Alright, so I think I'm going to stop this video, and then I'll finish the rest of those up, and then I'll try to make another video maybe later on tonight, and complete a couple of these in another video. So I'll finish all those. I think I have, let's see, 4, 8, I've got like 9 left, and then I'll come back and we'll do like some little tabs and some pockets or some more pockets and you know, tags and stuff like that in them, and kind of embellish them up and finish them. And I'll record that. So anyway, well, thanks for listening to me ramble for, I don't even know how long, 35 minutes. But I love your guys' comments and your input and that kind of stuff. So don't hesitate to say whatever's on your mind. I'm down. I'm down to hear it. So, and then we will also, as soon as I feel some inspiration, we'll work on those. I'll do another video on the file journals, the file folder journals, and try to get those going too. So, and I'm always interested to see your guys' stuff too. If you ever want to like do a video comment or something like that, I would love to see what you're making and share. So, and let me know what day you think would be good for a live stream, and morning or afternoon or whatever, because I'm pretty open, at least on those 2 days. So, but any day really up until the 18th, I could do something, and we could just kind of get to know each other a little bit. So, let me know. All right, I'll see you again soon. Love you.